Is to sign up for our newsletter and follow us online. This will keep you informed about the latest news and events at Unity of Oak Park. We also encourage you to sign up in advance through our website. Doing so helps ensure that there are enough participants to hold the events we have and allows us to communicate updates should there be any changes. Here's a couple of things to check out. How might our vision, our lives, and even the world change if we viewed everything through the eyes of kindness? Breathe that in. Well, after service today, we'd love you to enjoy some food, fellowship, and celebration of April birthdays. So if you didn't sign up and your birthday's in the month of April, please join us afterwards. We have cake and some goodies to celebrate all April birthdays. Then stay for the interactive Soul Shop workshop, led by our very own Reverend Heidi. Yeah, all right. Where you will be invited to deepen your experience of kindness and connection in a dynamic and soul-nourishing way. During the Soul Shop, we had a prayer this morning about zeal and vigor, so that's what I am. We'll explore kindness not just as a concept, but as a vibrant force already alive within you. Through inspiring conversations, a film, and a spirit-led movement, you'll reconnect with your intake kindness and learn to embody it more fully in your daily life. You'll leave feeling lighter, freer, and more deeply connected to yourself and others. So please join us at 11:45, that will be, after we have a little bit of the celebration in Reverend Billings Chapel on the other side of the building. Wednesday evening book study, 6:30 p.m. This month we're diving into the Gnostic Gospels by Elaine Pagels with thoughtful facilitation by John O'Rourke. Looking ahead to May, we'll explore Real Love, The Art of Mindful Connection by Sharon Salzberg, guided by Karen Jonassen. Come for the insights, stay for the conversation. Embroidery class, Sunday, May 4th at 11:30 a.m. Discover the calming, meditative art of embroidery in this hands-on class open to all skill levels. I'm going to go, so early beginners. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned stitcher, come create something beautiful with us. Spots are filling up quickly, so be sure to sign up soon, and it's with our own board member, Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. We invite you to join us for coffee after service in the solarium. It's a great place to connect with our community members who can tell you more about these amazing happenings. If this is your first time here, we have a special welcome package for you in the bookstore. Now please stand as we join our choir in singing Come On In.
Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. When the door's unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. You'll find a place of rest in the arms of spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek, the hurt you're feeling. Spirit wants to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Well, the Father waits with open arms. God is calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. There is room enough in the house of love for someone just like you. Oh, oh, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Oh, 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 oh. Well, come on in. Come on into Unity of Oak Park. Amen.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Lucy, and it's our time of our opening prayer. So if you would just close your eyes and open your heart as wide as you can to let the Holy Spirit come in, and knowing that we are in a wonderful place. The spiritual home we call Unity of Oak Park is a blessing to this neighborhood and to the world. We have a wonderful service today, and I know that Reverend Heidi is absolutely wonderful in her delivery today. We bless her and her message. She is a treasure. And so I know that each person sitting here today has opened their heart now to the Holy Spirit so that it comes into that heart space, fills us with love, with joy, with acceptance, understanding, and compassion, and kindness. We know and we believe in our unity principles, and we live them every day that we connect with people outside, with our work, with our families. We are blessed, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning. Happy Sunday, April 27th. I had to orient myself. April 27th. The daily word for today is divine order. First read October 25th, 2021, not too long ago. The prayer thought, divine order shows me the presence of God. Do you need me? I am there. These words, written by Unity poet James Dillett Freeman, remind me that the presence of God is within and around me every moment, bringing order and peace to my world. I open my mind and heart to this divine energy and become more mindful of its activity. I discover the order of nature in the changing of the seasons, the glory of the tree leaves in transition, and the cyclic ocean tides. I find intricate order in the masterful work of my body as it functions to keep me healthy. I am grateful for the constant presence of order. Thank you, God. If I ever need a reminder of it, I simply turn within and recall the words, I am there. In all ways, I am blessed by the magnificence of divine order. From Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 27, see, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? The daily word for today, divine order.
And the Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nothing is impossible for God, and He will make a way out of no way. You are here, moving in our midst, and I worship you. Lord, I worship you. You are here, rearranging destiny
yes. Where is she? Peaches. Oh my gosh. You know, you shouldn't be so shy. That was captivating, right? Yes. And thank you for the wonderful band that was supporting you. And yes, my gosh. You really brought it there, people. That's amazing. You know, when you can have an experience just really with the vibration of what's happening. I don't even know if I knew exactly what you were singing, but I was feeling it. And this is really our opportunity on a spiritual path. There isn't the idea of figuring this thing out. It is truly about an experience. That's why when people say, what happened at Unity? Or, you know, what happened? And you're like, you know, I just know that I felt something that was bigger than this ego that's driving me a lot of this life. And so thank you for being here together so we can kind of uplift one another. And Peaches, I adore you. I've known Peaches for many years, and it's like an ageless thing, right? And just get better and better and better, just like Brittany was telling me. So I'm oops, and I don't have a microphone, so except for here, so that's good. We're good. We have a lot of power around here. I know. Okay, they're thinking. All right. Well, I'm Reverend Heidi Allfrey. Oop, got it out there without a Zoom moment. I've been with Unity a long time, and I've been with CSL a bit, and really these new thought principles are so powerful, and it's really fascinating when you haven't seen people that you knew for a while, and you know they're practicing these principles, and you see them, and they're shiny, and going through whatever they're going through in life, and Martha popped up out of nowhere. But, but it's fascinating to see how the people that are working these principles and are living these principles, life happens to all of us, but there is a place where it's not going to destroy me, this thing that's happening to me. It's my soul and my spirit are bigger than what's happening. And you all know this because you're shaking your heads and you're kind of recognizing that these things in life that happen, they really do break us open to understand ourselves better. And really it forces us to need one another. And that's what I'm going to talk about today with kindness. It is the opportunity to realize that kindness is something that I think that we think we should be doing rather than who we are. And it is a cultural teaching, I believe, around kindness you better be kind, like in an action, rather than you are kind and the ability to focus there. I dropped something. Let's see, that's good. And hello everybody online. So I think we got to wave to everybody, and that's yeah, y'all do hi. That's right. See, this is new in ministry. You know, when I started, it was like everybody come on in, and we're good, and then we have cameras and lights, and oh my gosh, and then you have a hair out of place, and it's like there forever, right? It's like don't look at that YouTube. I didn't have my barrette in the right place. Oh my gosh, what a humorous life. So I want to ask you a question. And I want you just to ponder this question, and then I'll ask you again at the end of the talk. But do you find this planet, do you experience this world, let's say, do you experience this world as a kind place to live? And this is just a question you're going to ask yourself, do I experience this world as a kind place to live? And then the next question I'd ask you to ponder is, do you want to experience this world as a kind place to live? Because I found Unity, and it was such a relief to me to quit blaming God for everything, or anybody I happened to be married to, or anybody that was going to, do something odd in traffic, that it was always about everybody. And I felt really like a victim. I felt really helpless in life. And this teaching was not an easy way to start doing spirituality, but it made sense, and it was so powerful to see something that was in me that was bigger than this argument that I tended to be in a lot, and this reaction that I lived from a lot, and I still do, for heaven's sakes, but so much less. And there is an observation of my behavior today that really, I believe, is these God moments where I can stop and say, Am I exhibiting in life what I really want to exhibit? Am I teaching something that would be valuable? Am I living from that way? And if I'm not, often I can laugh at myself or talk to somebody about it, and some new idea comes to me. So this is the question: do you experience this world as a kind place to live? And it is really your own answer, and there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer. It's just in this moment, what am I experiencing when I think of my life and the world? So kindness there's a lot of myths about kindness. Actually, when I started what I'm calling now a culture of kindness, it's my new ministry, and it is actually kind of what I've been about my whole life, learning about kindness. And someone said this to me right when I started. He says, you can't be kind and be successful in business. Really? But can we see how that could be part of our culture? Because what I'm talking about with culture, I'm always backing up here, is really the lens through which we see the world. And your culture is who you grew up with, what was going on in your environment. Because a lot of people grew up with people that sort of talked like them and acted like them and maybe went to the same church or the same school system. And so we had a lot of, this is how life is. And most of us weren't educated in a way of being around what felt different and what felt maybe even uncomfortable or sort of a way to grow. It was more about, and you might have heard this in your family, don't hang around with them. They're strange, we're fine. And most of the time in my family, I'm like, we're not fine. Can anybody, I remember when that book came out, I'm okay, you're okay, and my mother would go around, I'm okay, you're okay. I'm like, so you're not okay, and I am not okay. And I'm glad you got the title of the book down, but it's like, so that ability to really start to see yourself in these environments that everybody's doing their best. My parents came from their parents and all of these things. But our challenge in this life is to recognize that when I'm uncomfortable or something's different, that really is my opportunity to expand. And kindness, it's really a tricky thing to explain in a way. But the experience of knowing that there is something more in you than what you were taught is really the value of your life. So let me tell you some more myths about kindness. Kindness is something you do for others, rather than kindness is kindness consciousness is for your own spiritual development. You can expect kindness to come back to you from the person you were kind to. That's a myth, right? Because I've been really upset about people I've done some really nice things for, and then they talk about doing those random acts of kindness, like I'm not going to be known, like nobody's going to say thank you. But we get it, right? That kindness also is weak or timid. When kindness is boldness, it's about being connected to your true self. I could see that truly Peaches was being kind to herself by doing her thing this morning. There wasn't anything, and all you musicians were doing that. There wasn't anything, it was boldness that then touched us all. If she's like, oh, I can't sing, I can't do this, I'm not going to show up today, none of us would have been blessed. So this kindness is a lot of your own clarity. Here's another thing, that kindness is something do you do when you feel good. Kindness is something you should do, rather than kindness is something in you to be realized and celebrated and shared. And kindness has to be known and expressed perfectly. When it's really an opportunity to watch what's happening in you. So here's some truths about kindness. That kindness might be for you, and I'm not just looking at you, Scott, it could be slowing down. Kindness might be slowing down, because Scott and I are the same kind of people. So I'm much better moving than slowing down. And I remember the Buddha said, what is it? Don't just, what do people say? Don't just sit there. This is why it's not ever good to throw something new into your talk. Heidi, is it written there? No, but don't just sit there, do something. It's don't do something, sit there. And it really is the practice of being, it's one of our principles, to really sit with ourselves. And John's gotten real comfortable with that. He loves the silence, but there's a lot of people that we get afraid of the silence, because who are we going to have to visit in the silence? Ourselves, yes. So intentional body movement, which is what we're going to do this afternoon, really getting in touch with where we've come to understand a lot of spiritual principles, but our bodies have really not processed much. Because, we walk, even when we're moving, we're kind of in attentional walking rather than movement that is really listening to your body. It's very strange. I had a very short period just this summer where I went and lived with my brother and sister-in-law. And my brother had an experience when he was young. He actually caught on fire. And it was the Advent wreath. I mean, isn't life weird? He leaned over the Advent wreath and his bib caught on fire and he got burned. You can imagine my mother. We didn't get to church that morning, okay? So it was Sunday morning. The point was he was fine and he survived. I mean, he did come from my family, so maybe he's fine, maybe he's not. But the point is, I'm joking, but he has this little tick from that experience. It's just a little thing like that. And so when I went and stayed with him and he kind of started like going like that, my whole body was feeling what it felt like to be in our family. Just a moment, because I felt for him and I kind of realized a lot of, the unanswered questions that I had in our family. There wasn't a lot of comforting. I was thinking the other day, I thought of the word relax. I don't think I heard the word relax my entire childhood. Nobody said, let's relax. Everybody said, let's do something. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of things going on in all of our bodies. And it's so important to say, what's happening? What's going on? And how can I be kind to myself in this process of my own life and my own growth and be really, really compassionate, because you've just learned what you've learned. And this life, and we've all somehow chosen to do it, this human form, is not a piece of cake all the time. It's not even supposed to be. But boy, when you've had some trauma that you haven't sort of been with or dealt with, it feels a lot worse than rather this is happening. It doesn't have to be like it's happening to me or I can't go on, right? Okay. So the main thing I think I want to say about kindness is that it is bold. I have a quote here of Beyonce, who we think kind of has it all figured out, right? But here she goes. She says, I'm learning how to drown out the constant noise that is such an inseparable part of my life, all right? And she says, I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I only have to follow my heart and concentrate on what I say to the world. I run my world. Can we all say that? I run my world. And you do, and if that seems a little outrageous to say, I get it. But there is a place, there is really the truth that you know, and the spirit in you is bigger than the fear in you. And it takes a while to really allow that to be true, but it is true. And I know it because I see it in Peaches and I see it in Juan, who used to be my, the guy that was turning on the microphones, and now he's down, directing. Where is he now? He's married. He did all kinds of things without me. He just figured this thing out. But I remember I'd go over there and go, Juan, don't you play the saxophone? Don't you do? So, we started having these conversations that were what he wanted to hear himself say. And right? And so the thing about kindness also, those people that adore you, that can see for you what you can't see for you, keep them around. Keep them around. In fact, thank you, Rev Ev, for inviting me to be here, because that man really loves me. I can feel it. And way more than I love me, for sure. But, it's interesting to just ride that wave of someone that's so kind to you and loves you. My therapist, who I've had for a long, long time, she, I haven't worn her out yet, but when I started this culture of kindness ministry, she said, I've always seen that for you. This is what I see for you. Is this this conversation about this, but also the ability for you to feel so connected to what you're talking about. Okay. So Jesus taught kindness, and he didn't teach it from any timid, meek place. That guy that's there in Bethesda, like I can't get up and everybody keeps walking over me to get healed. And he's like, so pick up your mat and walk. I don't have much more time. I'm on a schedule here. And you either get this or you don't. And he just moved on. It wasn't about, I'm here to save you. I'm here to remind you of who you are. And I love this teaching when the woman was getting stoned. Not what we would say today about getting stoned. But she'd broken the law. And what is the law? Your law is what your experience of yourself, but she'd broken the law, she had committed adultery, and all these people were saying the law is that she should be killed, she should be stoned. But they come to Jesus, in this moment, and they said, teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery, and the law of Moses says that we should stone her. And what do you say? And they're waiting for Jesus to kind of get caught up with some kind of, she's bad, and we should do this. But he actually, in that moment, he stooped, it says, and wrote in the dust with his finger. They kept on demanding an answer. He stood up again and he said, all right, let the one who's never sinned throw the first stone. Now, the joke is that there was a stone that came from the back of the group, and he said, cut it out, mother. I'm sorry. Okay, but I carry on. So he said to them, again, he who without sin cast the first stone. And when we're looking at life, this is the thing. Can I ever say I haven't judged? Can I ever say I have not been unkind? Can I ever say anything that I'm blaming anybody for that I haven't done myself? And it's so humbling. So as he's saying this, everyone recognizes, nope, can't say that, and they start wandering off because they had that moment of, oh, right, it's not me versus her, it's me recognizing that I have absolutely had this experience that she's had. So everybody leaves, and then Jesus says to her, where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you? And she says, no, Lord. And Jesus says, neither do I. Go and sin no more. And the teaching there is the woman was having her own challenge of feeling like a sinner rather than feeling like someone who was just learning from her experiences. There's no one here that's even saying something's wrong with you, but can you stop saying something's wrong with you? So go and work on not continuing to criticize yourself, not living like that, because you'll keep creating that if you can't start seeing the value of who you are. And I'm like, so the part of what I'm really saying right here is to be able to receive kindness. The last time someone said, can I help you? What did you say? Or when someone just complimented you, what did you say? And again, this is just a question. Scott came up to me this morning, can I help you? And I thought, darn it, I'm going to say this in my talk. Of course you can help me. But my thought is like, I got it, right? You know, it takes a village, right? It takes a village. And I bless my dog sitter right now who's there making a lot of money taking care of my dog, which is great. But we need a village. We really need people. I cannot do it all. And I can tell you one thing about getting older. And my kindness class really is for, really, if you're not over 60, you don't quite have it yet. But you recognize that we are going to need help. And we're going to need help in so many ways. And so we really need to practice letting people help us. You know, my mom's 92. And these last 10 years have been really tricky with her being able to receive help. You know, she's driving a car she shouldn't be driving. The people at her church were calling me. The minister said, you know, Maureen, you really shouldn't be driving to church anymore. And she got in a big fight with the minister. And so the minister's calling me, and I'm like, the Episcopal minister, you know, it's like, your mom really shouldn't be driving. I'm like, honey, if you got an idea, give it to me. So we had this big sting operation. We had to take the keys away and all of this thing. But my brother came in, drove the car out. And the point is, she needed help. And people came to help her. There was a story at your side, the people that were the caretakers that said, Maureen Offrey, she's a tough one. Because you go in there and she goes, I don't need you. I don't need you. And the one woman that is really her dear friend now was out there sitting on the couch, and my mother would walk out there. She's doing the night shift, and she'd walk out there and she'd go, are you still here? And this woman's like, I'm going to be here all night, Miss Offrey. And you can come out here and yell at me all you want, but I'm staying. So my mom had to learn how to receive help because she needed it, and it wasn't pretty. So I'm inviting you that when people are asking you if you need help, sometimes you don't, but you usually do. And when you're asking people, can I help you, to recognize we're all trying to let that in because it makes us vulnerable. And we are vulnerable. Life is vulnerable. We're not just, you know, we're all kind of like finite. We're not going to be here forever. So we need to be able to recognize that that vulnerability and letting people help us is how you stay healthy. And I know that you have all have allowed help to happen, and you can also see how how we can push it away. All right, so kindness is this amazing journey of allowing yourself to really be present in your moments, to forgive yourself as you're doing things that you'd like to do differently, and then to also understand really this idea of treating yourself like the sweet little kid that you were. Was everybody a kid once? Yeah. Okay. And did you notice how you ran around and did all kinds of things that today might feel a little weird? So I want you to practice doing something that feels a little weird. I was in the airport and a song came on that I really liked. I'm like, can you do this in an airport? And I'm like, yeah, you can. So I just got up and started moving, and the kids were like, yeah, laughing. And I just thought they should put a dance floor at airports. Wouldn't we have more fun? But I just thought, it's okay. Am I doing anything wrong? No. And am I kind of looking weird for those who see it like that? Right? But mainly it was my getting out of this little shell I have of the joy that I am and the joy that we all have in us. I do want to tell one story. The idea of that when you focus on kindness, you'll see kindness everywhere. I was driving into Chicago. Traffic's not a big deal, because someone once said to me, if you're upset with traffic, realize you are the traffic. You're in the traffic and you are the traffic. So I was just sitting there thinking, this is great. I'm looking around at all the interesting Chicago people, and I look up at the billboard up there. It's a bank sign, and it says, kindness is the best currency. Well, but this is how it works. This is how it goes. I'm going to tell one story about just the amazement that starts happening as we practice this. I was in Puerto Vallarta with a friend, and we went to the botanical gardens, and I forgot my sunglasses. And when you forget something, are you nice to yourself? Usually not. I'm like, I forgot my sunglasses, and of course my friend remembers everything. She's a retired nurse. I guess she had to. So we're up at the front, and the guy is selling us tickets to get into the botanical gardens. And I said to her just at that moment, I said, I forgot my sunglasses. Maybe there's a gift shop, because it was very sunny. And I'm sitting there, and he sells us the tickets. And then he leans forward and he says, did you forget your sunglasses? And I went, yeah, I did. Are you going to now criticize me? Because I'm criticizing me. He said, my wife left her sunglasses in the car today. And if you're okay with it, I'll just go over to my car in the parking lot and get these sunglasses, and you could wear them today and bring them back to the desk. I was shocked. I was like, what? And he said, yeah. I'm just like, do you like your wife? But I said, that is amazing. And he said, yeah. And he leaves. And see, what I had to understand about this was he thinks his job is selling tickets. He doesn't think his job is selling tickets, actually. He is there working at the Arboretum, where he's happy, Botanical Gardens. Somebody loves him. He had a good morning, right? Because he's there, but he's not just there to do his job. He's there to connect with everything that's around him, because he's connected with himself, right? That's what I came to understand. He really was available. And then I had to say, can I receive this? And they were some good looking sunglasses he came up with. And then we're walking around, and I asked my friend, I said, would you have said yes? And she said, I wouldn't have. And I said, why not? And she said, because I might scratch them, I might lose them. And I said, I get that part too. But I said, but I know for me, if I'm going to want to, really put kindness out in the world, I've got to receive it. I got to feel worth it. I've got to feel worth it. So you will notice as you get this mind around being kind to yourself and just walking around the world in that state to the best of your ability, you'll be blown away by the kindness that's around you. So your homework, friends, is to, if you have a pet, great. Hang out with that pet. That pet loves you more than any other creature will ever love you. Get out in nature, walking, this time of year, but however you can get out in nature. Nature, we've been given this world. We've been provided for. And we don't know, if you start noticing it, it blows you away how kind the world is, how much there is for us that we maybe don't notice. And then this fullness of this nature and the people that are in your life can lift you up to a place where the madness of the world just doesn't bother you as much. And you can be part of a solution rather than part of the angst. because I can be part of both, and I prefer to be part of the solution. And I have friends that will remind me of that if I don't. So I'm gonna say one thing that when I was thinking of kindness, and I want to close with this. It's really freaking me out how connected I am to the universe and how everybody is. And I was driving along in Fort Lauderdale, and there's a kitchen and bath shop that has affirmations on their marquee, and they change them every day. I never see a person out there. I don't know if they sneak around at night, but they change them every day, and people drive by just to see what it says. And I looked up, and it says, kindness is not an act, it's the evolution of your soul. So do you experience this world as a kind place to live? And would you like to experience this world as a kind place to live? And if you really are into the evolution of your soul, and I know you would not be here if you weren't, I invite you to come to the Soul Shop if you can this afternoon, and we will continue to celebrate the kindness that you are. And I am so honored to be here today. I love you all. Yes. We are going to, into our meditation, we're going to have a round that we're going to sing. Y'all remember Row, Row, Row Your Boat? It's not that one, but it's something similar. Now, when you sing, there is a vibrational shift. You ladies all know this that are up here singing. And it forces you again to be in a sense of kindness and care. You experience it when you're singing. So, this is called Sweet Surrender. And we'll sing it in unison first. Are the words up there? Yeah. Okay. So then we're going to have this half start and do one thing while this half is doing the second half. You get it. So we're going to sing it in unison once, and then I'll be leading this side, and Peaches will lead that side. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. Let's do it once, all in unison, or twice in unison. Here we go. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love.
You get it.
Okay, we're gonna start over as we can. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. Okay, this side we're gonna start, right? Okay, so we have a big band here for this very simple little thing. This is great. Okay, so over here, and you guys can be quiet, because you're gonna come in next, right? So let's say from this row over, okay? So we start. I am
Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening up in sweet surrender. I am opening love light of the world. I am opening sweet surrender. I am opening love light of the world. I am opening sweet surrender.
the ground.
I am opening up in sweet surrender. I am opening love light of the world. I am opening sweet surrender. I am opening love light of the world.
Let's get quiet.
I am opening sweet surrender. I am opening love light of the world. I am opening sweet surrender. I am opening love light of the world.
see. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. All we're asked to do on the spiritual path is to remain open. So we sit in that deliciousness of being open, being willing to know life not as something for which we strive, but for something that we allow. Allow your body to breathe. Allow your appreciation to start with the top of your head and slowly move down through your body, your head, appreciating all that's working in your head, your eyes and your ears, your speech, your listening, your smells. And we move on down through our neck, and the way it turns and moves, all that goes on with our neck, we bless it. And then bringing this energy of kindness and love into our torso, our shoulders, down our beautiful arms that hug and hold things, into our hands. You might even outstretch your hands and move those beautiful, wonderful fingers. Oh my gosh, I bless these fingers. Do so many things. And down my torso again into my stomach and all of these wonderful organs that are moving my food around and bringing all kinds of enzymes and perfection into my life. And down into my hips and the movement of my legs, all of these muscles and bones that come together. It's miraculous. And we bless our legs as we move down. You might even bend a knee or hold your knees and bless your knees. And down through our beautiful calves, and we can move an ankle, move the other ankle. Bless these feet that have taken you wherever you've been and wherever you're going to go. And move those toes. So Myrtle Fillmore sat every day and blessed and blessed and blessed her body. And because of the shift that happened, that I believe was kindness, we are all here. So let us love this extraordinary body temple that carries our soul everywhere. It is divine, and it is active, and it is vibrant, and it is perfect as it is, right here and right now. Let's sit in that silence of feeling the blessing, whatever color of spirit you want to put around you that feels sweet and kind. We've all been drawn to unity because we were ready to know and experience this preciousness, not only of this moment, but of everything that unfolds. The divine order that Cabrini read today from the Daily Word, the awesomeness of this divine order. There's a relaxation, there's a trust, there's an ease, and there's a heck of a lot of kindness. And so we can sing together in unison the song that we went into meditation with, that I'm opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. Let's just sing it together once. I am opening up
in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the world. I am opening, I'm opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening. And so it is.
Thanks so much, Rev Heidi. That was beautiful. And thanks, Peaches. And I don't know if you all know, but I just learned today that Peaches is Ryan Priester's mother. Many of you know Ryan Priester is a frequent guest speaker here, and he's fabulous. Apple doesn't fall far. Okay, good morning. My name is Michelle Schmall, and I'm on the Board of Trustees and the leadership team. Unity of Oak Park is a self-funded spiritual community. Your offerings help us continue to make a difference so that we can come together for services and events, pay for the operations of the church and our Sunday team. Know your contributions matter to keep our community and dreams alive. There are many ways to give. You can use the Support Unity button on our website, text a donation to 708-980-0073 from your phone, or place a check or cash in the baskets or at the door, and of course, mail a check to our office. We are so grateful for your financial contributions in addition to your donations of time and talent, which allow our ministry's mission to grow and thrive. As our founder, Myrtle Fillmore, says, because this is given in love, it is blessed to the giver, blessed to the receiver, and blessed to the cause. Now let us sing as we collect our offerings. Please remember our chaplains are here and available to pray with you and support you before and after service. And please join them every Monday on Zoom for prayer and meditation. Details are on our website. Let us affirm our offertory prayer together as we bless all of our prayers in our hearts, the service we give to make our community operate, and the financial offerings we contribute to make our community thrive. Divine love, expressing as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is. Amen.
Faith without works is useless. If you're feeling down and you're feeling really, really low, we invite you to do something. We invite you to get up and get on your feet. Woo! So scared that life's gonna pass you by. Your spirit's dying. Well, not long ago, I could feel your strength and your devotion. What was so clear is now overcast with mixed emotion. Well, deep in your heart is the answer. Find it, I know it'll pull you. Get on your feet, sing along, get up and make it happen. Get on your feet, stand up and take some action. I think it's true, we've all been through some nasty weather. Let's understand that we are here to handle things together. You gotta keep looking on to tomorrow. There's so much life has to offer you. Get on your feet, hey, hey, yeah, get up and make it happen. Well, get on your feet, stand up and take some action. Come on, get on your feet. The weight is off your shoulder. Come on, get on your feet. Don't quit before it's over. So long. Yes. Come on, boys and girls, sing along. I'm loving this. You gotta see this. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we come on, get on your feet. Come on and take some action. Come on, get on your feet. Only you can make it happen. On your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. On your feet. Only you can make it. One more time. Get on your feet. Get on your feet. All together now. Here we go. Get on your. Woo! Yeah. Reverend Heidi done started something in here.
Woo-wee. What a wonderful talk. What exuberance and joy I just witnessed. Fantastic. And as we close our service today, we bless the wonderful Reverend Heidi and her message. Phenomenal, something we all need to hear about kindness, because we are kind to each other here every Sunday, and we love each other. We're so lucky to be blessed with this awareness, with this consciousness of kindness, of love, of understanding, and knowing that we all need help. We all need help every day. And we exemplify that help in our spiritual life here at this wonderful place called Unity of Oak Park. We have wonderful lessons. We have fabulous guest speakers. We get the spiritual nature of ourselves in this movement called unity. And that's what makes us open, receptive, and loving, and spreading kindness. And so it is. Amen.
We're going to close. We can all stand up. Come up. Give thanks to the guest musicians and other musicians. Peaches, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now let us bless our youth and youth leaders, Bob Tony and Chris Manville, who are in the back. Thank you very much. We bless you. Together, let's close with our prayer of protection, followed by the peace song.
Got it.
Stand on up. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yes, we did.